Let's get into what's trending. We know the Patriots are playing the Bengals this Sunday in Cincinnati. We don't know if they'll be matching up and facing JaMarr Chase because most recent practice on Monday, JaMarr Chase did not participate and was not dressed, just wearing street clothes at practice. And with a report coming from Ian Rappaport of NFL Network, he said that, quote, "My understanding is that the two sides are still discussing a long-term extension that, if he got it, would make him either tied for the highest paid receiver with Justin Jefferson or beating Justin Jefferson by 1 cent, which I believe is the goal by JaMarr Chase." Natalie, I hear this and I just want to remind the owner of the Bengals, their name escapes me right now, and they're lucky for that because they have always been one of the cheapest owners in all of pro sports. They've been cheap with their stadium. They've been cheap with their facilities. They've been cheap with player contracts. And them being cheap right now is going to bite them in the ass because if they just went out and paid JaMarr Chase right away, I always say is with all these contracts, it's all about timing. It's not about being the highest paid. It's about being the last one to get paid. If they got this deal done before Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb got signed, they would only have to give him around 80 million, maybe 75 million guaranteed. But now he wants more than 140 million in total value and more than 110 million in guaranteed. Reap what you sow. The Bengals are cheap. It's petty of JaMarr Chase, but I don't mind it because if they just got this deal done earlier, then he would want like 80 million and 1 cent instead of 110 million and 1 cent.
Right. And he's got 2 years left still on his rookie deal, but he's like, now's as good a time as ever to get this thing rolling. And I think, I read somewhere that, it's not a great time, according to the team, to negotiate. All they want to do right now is focus on football, focus on practice, focus on getting better every week, focus on the Patriots. They don't want to be dealing with this right now, according to them. But JaMarr Chase, I think he's pushing the envelope here. It's exactly what he's doing, actually. He's like, hey, let's get this going and let's top it. 1 cent extra, which I don't think that's too hard to do. But that would also bring him the notoriety of being the highest paid receiver in NFL history. It is a little petty, but it is a way to get your name on the map. It is a way to get the team on the map. And I think it's a good way for him to kind of negotiate on his own.
Yeah, the Browns, that's the owner of the Bengals. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cheapest family in all of pro sports, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, I think it's petty. I think it's dumb. But also, if they want to focus on football, they can't focus on football until their second best player is on the field. They got Joe Burrow signed. They got him a new offensive line. Just give JaMarr Chase the money. And then you can take whatever you give him and restructure it from a base salary into a signing bonus because you believe in him and he'll get you that money no matter what. You're right. He has 2 years left, like entering the 4th year of his rookie deal. But this is when they can sign extensions before they even get into the 4th year and before that 5th year can possibly get picked up. So he would still play 4th and 5th year. He would sign the extension, but it's all about guaranteed money for these guys. So everyone looks at that 140 million total value. For him, he should be going for, and the 1 cent thing, dude, screw it. Go for 110 million and 100,000. That's what you want. 110 million and 100,000 guaranteed. Get that. Get the guaranteed money for the next 4 years. That's a pretty penny. That's almost 30 million a year that he would be making just off guaranteed alone. Then you bring in the total value. I read this, I laugh. I mean, like, get the deal done, but it's not on JaMarr Chase. It's on the Browns. And if they did this earlier, the same thing I said about Jerry Jones, if he got that CeeDee Lamb contract done earlier, he wouldn't have had to give him 100 million guaranteed. He could have given him 80, maybe 83 million based off that DJ Moore extension he signed with the Bears. But they let Justin Jefferson get signed. They saw that massive number, especially in the signing bonus, and now they all have to bite the bullet. You're going to pay JaMarr Chase. Pay him now. It's because it looks like he will not play until he gets paid. It's all about guaranteed money for these guys as they put their body on the line. Again, the Browns just being cheap as hell. Hate to see it, so I don't mind JaMarr Chase being petty. All right, let's talk about the Giants now. This video was deleted from the Giants Instagram page. Can't believe it, but newly acquired pass rusher, Brian Burns, who's one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. They were going through a video and they were saying if you like the smell of gas, talking about gasoline. They got to Brian Burns and he said he likes the smell of his own farts. I got nothing. And my thought process was, I mean, if you have a good diet, they don't smell that bad. I get tolerating it. I get like, oh, that's bad, but like, oof. But like for him to say he likes it, like that's just a different type of weird to me.
You're right. And like maybe you could think about the nutritional aspect of things. Like, okay, This means you're healthy, I guess. But like to say that, you know what? Kudos to him for owning this, because this is like a subject that is just not talked about in general, unless I assume you're a dude in a locker room. I know that we never did when we were females in a locker room, but I don't know. Good for him for saying that. I think it's gross. It kind of makes me cringe. I don't have much to add to this either, but I think for him to take it out of context, but to stand by that and say it, it's kind of funny. I don't mind the smell of gasoline, like boat gasoline, car gasoline. It's not that bad, but yeah, this guy, he's bringing some more attention to himself in an unexpected way with this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's never been a subject of conversation. It'll be like, the farts smell bad, but it's not like, do your farts smell good? I've never spoken about that with my buddies. Yeah, I just think of like, maybe but still, like at best, like farts smell like for me, like a cheesesteak and creatine mix, like nothing that great, where I'm not like, oh, I like that. Let me watch. Like, this is just weird for him to say he likes it. But what's going to come out of this is like a company, maybe like Pepto or Tom's or maybe Beano, like something with farts and having gas. He's going to get an endorsement out of this. And it's all going to be great. Shoot, maybe like an air filter company, like that would put air filters in your room or a locker room or wherever. Like maybe he'll end up getting a deal with that. What's that?
You have an air filter right on your desk, don't you?
I do. You know me. I don't care that it definitely doesn't work in the size of the Nessa newsroom, but if the air directly by me and the people around me, because I have our coworkers here on the podcast, we're all in, the same part of the office. If it makes our air better, I'm all for it. But I don't have that, Natalie. I know what you're trying to accuse me of. I don't have that because I rip ass in the office. I do not do that. I never would. If it's that bad, you go for a walk. Those are the simple rules. There's etiquette. There's etiquette. That's etiquette I will not break. All right, sticking. One more football story. We'll get back to the Patriots. Something a little more normal here. Keon White posted on his Instagram pictures of him mountain climbing in Iceland. And this has Patriots fans scared. Now, I assume these photos are during the offseason, because there's no way he had the time during training camp to go from Foxborough and Gillette, fly to Iceland, go mountain climbing, because it's either you're in OTAs, you're in mini camp, you're in training camp, or now you're getting ready for the season, even with one less preseason game. Nonetheless, I don't blame Patriots fans for getting scared as hell, seeing now their best defensive lineman and one of the best players on their defense going mountain climbing. Ballsy move by him. I've never been mountain climbing. I've never been to Iceland, but I assume a guy that is making NFL money, albeit a rookie scale contract, he was able to pay for some quality guidance, rocket climbing, and quality equipment, so he was okay.
And you know what is with everyone going to Iceland lately? I don't know. I opened up my feed today and I had 2 more friends post that they were in Iceland. It looks like a beautiful place, but what you're mentioning, yes, he probably went there during the summer and, he got to enjoy this. It looks absolutely beautiful there. I want to go to Iceland so bad. I heard that it's expensive once you get there, but very affordable to get there. So not too bad there, but, one thing I wanted to bring to your attention is not only were some of the comments saying like, hey man, be safe out there, we need you. The other half of people were like, oh, this is great. Like, he's living. So they were like, big year incoming, like breakout season, 20+ sack season incoming. What do you think about that? Do you think if you're taking the time to enjoy your life and get out and vacation and all that stuff, it brings you back in a stronger form? Mentally,
I can't see the correlation. Yeah, I guess a mentality of getting away from football, getting an escape. Yeah. Maybe it has you more refreshed, where like you actually did something with your off season, so you're not as what's the word I'm looking for? You're not as pissed off to be back at your work, albeit, I mean, he's a pro athlete. But like the football season's a long season. Like, you get your butt kicked all week. You only play once a week. And the team he's going to be on, they're only going to win 4 or 5, maybe 6 games at most. I mean, rock climbing, mountain climbing in this one, I mean, it definitely helps with his strength. It definitely helps with like all around, like just building up that endurance. And it's a different type of workout, which I like. I'm just big on there's risk reward in everything you do. I knew it growing up. Football season started, you put the skateboards away, you put the bikes away, you put the basketball away. You didn't do anything outside of football that would get you hurt. We know guys like Myles Garrett, who's awesome at basketball, play pickup ball. The Browns are like, you're done with that. No more of that. We know with other athletes. I'm sure there's a talk coming from the Patriots of, and this is tough, if it's in the offseason, and again, it's not the language in his contract. This is a guy that should get a 2nd and 3rd contract from the Pats. I'm sure there'll be language in there like, hey, you're important now. You're getting paid. Right. You cannot do things like this unless it's without prior approval from the team. But hey, good
You're
for
right.
him. Like you said, people out there saying he went out and lived his best life. I can't hate on it. Go to Iceland, man. I like it.
Yeah.
A well-rounded Keon White, world traveling Keon White. I like to see it.
Looks cool. Yeah, that looks awesome.
Mountain climbing though, I don't like. It's tough to get me to go anywhere
Yeah.
cold. I need beaches. Like I need sun.
Yeah.
But like
I'm a
so
little
Iceland.
opposite.
Yeah, your mountains. I know you went to Banff. Like I
Yeah.
do want to go there, but I need to mix
Yeah.
some Banff with like a beach somewhere. That's it. I need my sunlight.
Well, you know what? It was funny because I went there in June, July, and it was like 40 degrees in the morning, but it would be like 70 degrees during the day, and that was beautiful to me. Still a little chilly, but I like that. But I don't know. You can find a happy medium, George. You can do it.
I'll look for it and I'll keep you posted. You let me know. Banff though is definitely on my bucket list.